this build hurts so good.
Hello, my fellow hunters, one and all, and indeed, more specifically, my fellow wielders of the greatest, most glorious blade. Today, I'm going to bring you something, well, a little bit different, because look, if we're gonna have a skill called Berserk in Monster Hunter, we can't not have a greatsword build that uses it. So listen close, my brethren in arms. Today, we claim our dream of embodying the mightiest, most biggest of whackers there ever was as we take that Berserk name. Or at least, try our best to. This build has, well, a few things going for it that I need to tell you. Number one, is it powerful? Yes, it is ridiculously powerful, as we'll see when we get to the maths. Number two, is it fun? Yeah, it's really engaging to play with Berserk, to use Surge Slash, to actually, dare I say it, Elemental Greatsword. It's really interesting. Three, is it challenging to play? Also, yes, this definitely makes you work for the reward of being nigh unkillable while doing colossal damage, and that balance of play is really exhilarating, but my god, is it also really scary. So what's actually going on here? Well, I wanted to use Berserk, which means I have to use Bloodlust, which means to me, this is a good excuse to bust out that chaotic Gore Magala Greatsword, get to 100% affinity without the need for weakness exploits, so no matter where we hit, it's a crit, and actually pump up that dragon element, as most monsters at least take decentish dragon element damage. Some are immune, some take a little bit less, but it's probably one of the better, more universal elements. But really, the element is bonus here, despite us pumping it, and we're pumping it because we kinda can. We're not really missing that much offensively when it comes to our raw. So essentially, the actual play-by-play is fairly simple. This is the skill list before Curious Crafting. You can bump this up a bit quite easily with it, but let's keep it simple for now. We get, you know, a smattering of raw skills, as you might expect, and we have some key elemental skills, as you might expect. But 3 crit eye, 1 rank of Strife, having Frenzy beaten, and the chaotic Magala Greatsword is exactly 100% affinity. 25 from Frenzy, 10 from Strife, 35, 35 on the weapon, 70, 15 from Critical Eye, 85, and then finally the extra negative 15 becoming positive, making it 100. That's really sweet, and not having to use weakness exploit is quite freeing, honestly. We also, of course, have that Strife. That gives us 10% affinity, yes, but it also gives us 10% elemental damage, which is an appreciable bump, especially considering we only have 1 rank. The reason we only have 1 rank is if we wore more chaotic pieces, the helm and the chest, we would be way overcapping our affinity, and it's wasted armor pieces when we could do better elsewhere. And fortunately, we have a helm and chest that so elegantly, perfectly combine with the rest of this build. But generally speaking, the play here, as you can see, is get into battle, get that Bloodlust giving you Frenzy, beat the Frenzy, and then lo and behold, we're sat at over 100 dragon with 100% affinity, and we are ready to decimate. I mean, being able to do over 2,000 damage with just the Surge Slash combo is ridiculous. Never mind a 2.2 Rage Slash that's not even been amped by being hit. It really does hit like a truck here, and that is awesome. You really do feel super powered when you switch to blue scroll, get your Berserk, start your timer, go to red health, and that is really fun, and you can slip in and out of it as you need throughout the hunt, and you really start to feel a rhythm of ebb and flow of power and safety as you go back and forth, dancing around the monster. Surge Slash is of course particularly good for element on Greatsword. It has good elemental motion values, and it's quite the frequent attacker. Greatsword also, at least playing like this, does get to use Berserk quite well, because Adamant Slash and Rage Slash let you tank hits without being flinched. Not also taking damage from that is really advantageous. We can just all day keep chaining Adamant and Rage Rage Slash Adamant and Rage Slash while on the Berserk timer, not having to worry about literally anything, and that's really, really quite good. On top of the fact that while playing Surge Slash, a little known feature of it is the third combo of Vortex actually does give you hyper armor as well, and you can't be knocked back while doing it. So this really plays into Berserk's strength of eliminating the damage that we would have taken while hyper armoring through various monster attacks. So that's kind of what we're going for here. Massive amounts of raw damage, massive amounts of elemental damage, natural 100% affinity, while unable to take damage, tanking through monster attacks with hyper armor, delivering massive retaliatory blows, and generally just feeling, I mean, like... and altogether it is satisfying. So hopefully you're on board there. Let's go over the actual set. We're using the Chaotic Magala Great Sword, as honestly it is a pretty good Great Sword when we are playing with Bloodlust and the Frenzy. We have 345 on it, as we have augmented it for one attack, the rest has gone into element, and 84 Dragon is monstrously good at base, and that's very, very nice to work with. Silver Rathalos helm and chest, the Chaotic Magala gloves, waist, and legs to give those 2 Berserk ranks and 1 Strife. Talisman-wise, I have 3 attack, 2 dragon, and a 2 slot. You basically want to get about +4 from your talisman, and you will be there when it comes to this build. Decorated up then, we can see ourselves in a very, very healthy position here. It feels very potent. We have the full resentment, we have the full dragon attack, we've got the minimum amount of attack boost to get that % increase, we have critical element and critical boost, both of which are active on every attack because we have 100% affinity, and then we have handicraft to get us to purple, protective polish to keep us in purple as it's the most efficient way of doing so with minimal skill slots, decoration slots used, and then all the other bonus skills that the armors impart to make this as potent as it is. Then, when you're Curious Craft, you are looking for 1 rank of burst / chain crit, you're looking for more attack, you're looking for the 3rd rank of Bloodlust, and you are looking for the final protective polish. Here is what I ended up with. I almost finished attack, I got that 1 rank of burst, and I got 1 more rank of protective polish, so that's pretty good, but it can still get better, so good luck to your curious rolling. And the Rathalos pieces themselves have skills you can take away, so you can get good rolls on there quite easily. In any case then, that's how this shakes out. A very risk-reward, powerful feeling playstyle with powerful results that sometimes has you balanced on the finest of knife edges, but damn, is it a fun little tightrope walk. I would definitely recommend bringing 2 full healer setup Palicos with you, as when they are up and running, you quite literally end up completely immortal in Berserk. You're healing more than the drain, you're obviously not taking monster damage, and that is really where it's at, and those moments are spectacular. So, mathematically speaking then, we have 399 raw from the weapon. This is 345 at the base for the augment, resentment 5 for an extra 25. We kind of amalgamate Bloodlust and Coalescence, as Bloodlust gives us raw while we are beating the Frenzy, and Coalescence gives us it once we've beaten it, so I've just given that a 15 to err on the caution side. Another 9 coming from my attack 6, and then 5 from Chain Crit 1, as that's always active, ending us at 399. Multiplying that by 8% from attack 6, 39 from Purple Sharpness, and a 40% increase from having 100% affinity, which again is so nice, and 3 boost, and we're at 840 near as damage raw on the build. Now the best normal greatsword style, which obviously is still going to be better than this is just a very alternate, different, fun way to play if you're into Surge Slash, if you want to use the Berserk, comes out at 930, so 100 more. But obviously, we're not allowing for Dragon, and against any monster that's even a little bit weak to Dragon, this does actually beat out the standard best Greatsword when it comes to pure damage. Obviously not in reliability, because you're playing with Berserk, but if we're gonna min-max against a test dummy, this would technically beat it if it was weak to Dragon. We have 84 Dragon with the augments naturally, an extra 8 from Coalescence and Dragon Attack 5 to 92, then Strife increases it by 10%, dragon attack for 20%, elemental exploit for 10%, critical element is always active because 100% affinity for 15%, purple sharpness for another 25%, and 192 dragon element. That is so much element. That is a ridiculous amount of element. Considering the elemental motion value on Vortex Slash, the final Vortex Slash, the third in the combo, is ×2, even on a hit zone of 20 dragon element, you're still adding like 150 damage per hit just from your dragon here. That is exciting, it is excessive, and it is brutal. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is my best way to play with Berserk Surge Slash in the most synergistically way possible for Great Sword, using the damage immunity of Berserk, comboing it with the hyper armor filled attacks of Great Sword, playing with Surge Slash's elemental strength, working in that frenzy and the chaotic gore, and it all just kind of comes together for this lovely battle dance of pop into your Berserk just before you're about to beat the frenzy, get that full heal, go crazy on the monster for as long as you can, ignoring it, doing as much damage, and then finally dipping out, retreating for a moment, swapping back to orange, healing up, going back in and repeating, and it really is this lovely cycle of destruction that is very, very entertaining to be a part of, and yeah, it hits real hard too. Alrighty then guys, like if you enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more, consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below, and until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.